Hmm. Hmm. I hope no giant bees come in and attack me. Oh, hello there. A good friend of mine on Instagram, I Need a Doctor, requested that I do a review of The Unicorn and the Wasp. So, without further ado, roll the intro. Okay, guys, so you may have noticed that I shot from another angle today. That's because I needed to show everything. So, and you couldn't really see everything from the angle I usually put it in. So, I actually used it from the inside of my chifforobe as the angle this time instead of the top of the top bunk of my bed, which is what I usually use it on. But anyways, moving on. So, The Unicorn and the Wasp. I really liked Series 4. It's my third favorite series. My second favorite is Series 1, and my first favorite is Series 5. But, I mean, I did not like this episode, and it may be my least favorite episode of Series 4. There's not a lot to say about this. I mean, it's just absolute absurdity. And that's pretty much it. I mean, but to go further into detail, we get Agatha Christie in this episode. Kind of a boring. She was kind of an alright character, because whenever they do some characters like that, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like with Shakespeare it worked. Well, I'm sorry, Shakespeare it didn't work, because Shakespeare was way too boring. Vincent Van Gogh really worked, though. Vincent Van Gogh was, he was relatable. He wasn't boring. He was relatable. You could relate to his depression, and and here, I guess she's kind of exciting, but I mean, at the same time, a little bit boring. Now, as usual, the cast did very well. Catherine Tate did a great job as Donna, my favorite companion of the new series. In this episode, we actually get a guest appearance from Felicity Jones, good actress. She's in the Theory of Everything. She plays Stephen Hawking's wife, and she also played Felicia Hardy in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And if they make an Amazing Spider-Man 3, we're not sure if they're going to, but if they do, it's very likely they might develop Felicity Jones's character into Black Cat. But back to Doctor Who. So as an episode, it was just absurdity. But first of all, I think my biggest complaint was the villain. The villain, oh my god. I didn't mind him when he was in human form. But, and his identity was kind of surprising to me. But, a bee. That's just it. A bee. A bee. That's so creative. And I mean, if Agatha Christie's books had anything to do with bees, I mean, I guess that could have worked. But I mean, it's just a bee. That's it. It's just a bee. That's it. I mean, it's like really creative. It's really uncreative. I mean, it's like it's like whoever creates these monsters, like probably took a weekend off. And I mean, it wasn't as bad a villain as the Absorbaloth or the Wire, but still pretty horrible villain. But yeah, the last 10 minutes of it were just, well, especially the last 10 minutes of it were absolute absurdity. In the middle wasn't bad. They kind of had a kind of mystery going on there. I will say it paced itself quite well, because a lot of Doctor Who episodes nowadays are either too rushed or too slow. And this kind of, paced itself really well. But, that's pretty much all I can say. But I give it about a 5 out of 10. Not a great episode. Not awful, but, yeah, so I'm out.